All right, so little on the staff access types just quickly. So we've obviously got here, like I said, so you've got your kitchen staff, you've got your admin, your regular staff as well, okay? I just want to show you guys what your regular staff members can see. We get a lot of questions, you know, how can I make sure that my staff have access to this, but they're not able to see this, for example. Okay, so I'm just going to have a login of one of our demo ones. That should be right. Yeah, cool. Okay, so this is what they can see. Okay, so they can see overdue checklists just like you guys can. They can see who's in the centre, what medications needed for the day. They can see obviously the diary. They can post staff messages and any posts that they've written up as well. Okay, in staff, so they can obviously access that message board diary. Okay, they can write messages here. They can make it private to specific staff members as required, upload any documents or anything like that. And you will see all the communication in the chat, okay? And then obviously you've got the calendar as well. So anything you need to pop on there. These options down here, so this is if you want your staff's birthdays to appear, and this is for your kids' birthdays as well, okay? And then you've obviously got your tasks and everything down here too. Okay. Educator Forum. This is probably one that not so many of our newer centres will know is there. But this is sort of just a forum for any of the educators that use OWNA to jump on here and actually have a chat, you know, across the board. It's not just your centre that can use this. It's obviously across all OWNA users can have a chat, you know. Have a look in here first, see if your questions have been asked in here. If not, ask your questions in here, see if some other educators or other directors can give you a bit of insight on how they do things as well. We get a lot of questions saying, you know, what do other educators do? What do other directors do? How do they do this? How do they do that? This forum is probably a good tool, so you can actually have a chat with other directors, with other educators to see what they utilise there as well. Okay. Collaboration boards. This one's, you know, a useful one for your staff and for your admin to, I guess, collaborate on ideas. Sometimes we use this for shopping lists for what the centre needs at that point in time, or you can use it to, you know, I guess collaborate on programming ideas, quip ideas. What improvements do you think you can have at the centre? You know, what are your kids needing? It's an idea for you guys to be able to collaborate on ideas here too. So plus, you just create here. So ideas for the centre. Okay, you can pick if it's for certain staff. So, you know, maybe just the kids, or sorry, the staff that are in one certain room. Okay, you can add the board. So it will give those guys notice that they've got one there. It shows you when it was created as well. Okay, so if we go into view, this is where we add different forms. Okay, so morning activities, that one. Okay, then what you can do is you can add new lists. Okay, you know, food ideas. So if you do some cooking or something like that, you got food ideas. Okay, so within that, you put in your activities below it. Okay, assigned to a certain staff. So if you want Bill Smith to be responsible for this activity, you assign them to it as well. Okay, and then you can obviously drag, drop things across there, program, see however you like, see what your ideas can come up with. So it's a little bit more of a, I guess, a less formal way of doing that collaboration as well. Okay, staff reflections. So you can either have team reflections or you can have individuals reflections. Okay, if someone does a personal reflection, that staff member and admin are the only ones that are able to see that. If it is a team one, anyone in that team and admin are able to see that one as well. Okay, so obviously in here it tells you whether they've had manager feedback, if there's been a discussion, any attachments, things like that. That's probably not the best example. Let's have a look here. this might be a good one. All right, cool. So here's a bit of a draft one that we've done up. Some notes have been made on it, and then the managers put some feedback in there as well. Okay, so this is often a useful tool. You can print the response, print the report, so you've got that there as well. Okay, so that's that one. Like I said, you know, you can have team ones, there's 10 in that one, and you can have your personal ones as well. Okay, so that's your staff reflections. Leave requests, so it can obviously be done from the portal here, or obviously they can be done from the app as well. Manage my documents. So I wanted to touch base a little bit on the documentation side of things too. So this is if obviously Miss Danielle, myself, signed in, I need to upload any documents. Okay, maybe it's my blue card. All right, so I can pick that. I can call it my blue card. Okay, card type, obviously training, employment, qualification, other, whatever suits. If applicable, you can put in dates, you can put in expiries. Okay, any notes, overrides. So if it's private to only certain staff, so maybe you only need the admin to see it, you can do that as well. And then obviously upload. Okay, don't know if it'll let me because I didn't attach anything. Yeah, cool, it did anyway. Okay, so then you can see all your documents that have been uploaded in here. Okay, and that's where you can see here. Okay, now this will tie into the training matrix and things that we'll be able to see on the admin screen, but I'll do a little bit more focus on that training matrix as well. Okay, the other option that staff have access to is all staff documents. So this is any, I guess, policies, procedures, guidelines, documents that you want all your staff to see, and you want them to sort of acknowledge that they've seen it as well. Okay, so they can see all the documents in here. So if I look at this one, it obviously brings up the documentation there. Okay, for them to have a read of as well. Alrighty. So read acknowledgement. So I acknowledge that I've read and understood this document. Okay, and then it will put me to the list as well. Okay, to say that I have obviously acknowledged that as well. Okay, so that's that one. Staff inductions we'll have a look at. Obviously they don't have access to that themselves. Incident reports, so they can have a look at incident reports as well. If they need to create one from here, they can do so if need be. And they can see obviously all the incident stats and things like that too. Okay. And lastly, the staff meeting and minutes. So obviously as you guys had staff meetings, you obviously want to record as much of that as possible. Your staff members are able to do that from here as well, which you can add in the calendar, diary, etc. Which staff are involved, what needs to be brought, agenda, things like that as well. Okay, then we can actually assign whether we'll be able to attend or we won't be able to attend. Okay, click OK to confirm. If not, apologies, press OK. Okay, simple. So that will give you a bit of an idea who's going to be there, who's not going to be there. If you obviously have similar meetings, you can duplicate so that it very much holds similar details in there as well. And add to agenda, adds it to the calendar as well there. Okay,